Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up one morning, not to the sound of an alarm clock dragging you into another workday, but to a day entirely your own, a day you can shape however you choose. For decades, you've given your time, your skills, and your energy to a career, to a family, to responsibilities that often came first. And now, society tells you this is the moment to slow down, to step aside, to fade quietly into a life of rest. But here's the truth. That old story about retirement is outdated. We are living in a time when the so-called golden years can be the most vibrant, creative, and impactful years of all. In 2025, retirement isn't an ending. It's a reinvention. It's a chance to take everything you've learned, everything you've dreamed of, and finally put it into motion. This is not about closing the book. This is about starting the most exciting chapter yet. Let me explain 5 powerful things. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. Number 1. The new golden age, beyond traditional retirement. When we talk about retirement today, the picture is changing faster than ever. In the past, retirement often meant a quiet withdrawal from the working world, a transition into leisurely days, and a slower pace of life. But in mid-2025, the concept has evolved into something far more exciting and dynamic. It's no longer simply about stopping work. It's about redefining purpose, embracing freedom, and creating a new chapter filled with meaning. People are beginning to see retirement not as the end of something, but as the start of what could be their most fulfilling years. This shift isn't just a social trend, it's a profound change in how we understand life itself. One of the most striking changes is the growing number of seniors who choose to stay active after stepping away from traditional full-time careers. This is not just about financial necessity, although that can be a factor for some. The deeper motivation lies in the desire to remain engaged with the world, to keep the mind sharp, and to maintain a sense of connection. Many retirees find that the most difficult part of leaving their jobs is not losing the paycheck. It's losing the daily interactions, the challenges, and the sense of purpose. Staying active, whether through part-time work, volunteering, starting a small business, or engaging in creative projects, helps fill that gap. It's a way to keep the spark alive, to continue growing, and to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world. Loneliness is another powerful reason behind this shift. As social circles change and children grow busy with their own lives, many retirees face the quiet weight of isolation. Staying active is one of the best antidotes when you continue to participate in society. Whether by mentoring young professionals, joining community initiatives, or simply working alongside others, you maintain a network of connections that keeps life vibrant. Retirement can actually become a time when social bonds deepen, not fade, if you take intentional steps to nurture them. We are also living in the midst of what can be called the healthy longevity revolution. Thanks to advances in healthcare, better nutrition, and a greater awareness of fitness, people are not just living longer. They're living healthier, more energetic lives well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. This is unprecedented in human history. A generation ago, retiring at 65 often meant a relatively short period of post-work life. Today, that same retirement age could mean you still have 20, 30, or even more years ahead of you. Years in which you are physically capable, mentally sharp, and full of potential. This shift creates incredible opportunities. Imagine a society where millions of experienced, skilled individuals suddenly have the freedom to focus on what truly matters to them. Many retirees are seizing this chance to explore passions they never had time for earlier in life. They are traveling, learning new skills, starting second careers, and even returning to school. They are writing books, launching podcasts, creating art, and advocating for causes they care about. Their decades of experience give them insights and wisdom that can make a real difference, whether in their local communities or on a larger scale. In this new era, retirement is not about retreat, it's about reinvention. It's about asking, now that I have the freedom of time, what impact do I want to make? What adventures do I want to pursue? How do I want to live these years so that when I look back, I'll feel proud? The answers to those questions are as diverse as the individuals asking them, but the common thread is clear: retirement has become a new golden age, one where the boundaries between work, passion, and purpose blur in the best possible way. If you embrace it with an open mind, Retirement can be your chance to live with more intention than ever before. It's the opportunity to take all that you've learned, all that you've experienced, and channel it into something deeply meaningful. Not just for yourself, but for the world around you. This is not the closing chapter. It is the moment the story takes an exciting new turn. Number 2. Why now the drivers of the you in retirement trend? In 2025, the idea of retirement as a permanent exit from work is becoming less common. And one of the key reasons is the powerful mix of economic, technological, and cultural forces reshaping how we live after our primary careers. The so-called retirement trend, where retirees rejoin the workforce or never truly leave it in the first place, is no longer unusual. It's becoming a defining feature of modern aging. A major driver of this change is the economic squeeze that so many people are feeling today. Rising inflation has steadily eroded the purchasing power of fixed incomes, and many traditional pensions are no longer as reliable or generous as they once were. For some, this means that the financial safety net they expected in their later years simply doesn't stretch far enough to support the lifestyle they want, or even to cover basic expenses. For others, it's not just about need, but about choice. They don't want to be limited by a tight budget when they still have energy, skills, and the ability to earn. The reality is that stepping back in the workforce, even in a limited capacity, can make a meaningful difference in financial security while also keeping one's professional identity alive. At the same time, technology has opened doors that didn't exist in previous generations. The gig economy, once thought of as a playground for younger, tech-savvy workers, is increasingly welcoming seniors. Online platforms make it easier than ever to connect with clients, customers, or employers from anywhere in the world. Remote work options allow retirees to use their skills flexibly without the physical demands of commuting or long office hours. Someone with decades of experience in accounting, teaching, marketing, or consulting can now offer their services on a freelance basis, set their own schedules, and choose projects that interest them. This ability to work on your own terms is a major factor in why retirement feels less like going back to work, and more like creating a custom-fit career for the later stages of life. Even beyond economics and technology, there's a powerful cultural shift happening in how society views aging. The narrative is no longer about quietly fading from the spotlight. It's about continuing to grow, thrive, and contribute. We are celebrating active aging more than ever before. Images of retirement that used to focus on relaxation are giving way to stories of people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond launching new ventures, pursuing creative passions, or making a tangible impact in their communities. This is not just media hype, it's a real transformation in values. Staying engaged is seen as a mark of vitality and relevance, not a refusal to slow down. This cultural shift is also reinforced by the fact that older adults today are, on average, healthier and more capable than previous generations at the same age. The gap between chronological age and perceived vitality is widening. A 70-year-old in 2025 might have the energy levels and ambitions that used to be more common in people 20 years younger. This means that choosing to keep working, or to start something entirely new, is not viewed as unusual, but as a natural extension of a long, active life. The unretirement trend is, at its heart, a reflection of changing possibilities. People are no longer bound by the old assumption that career life has an expiration date. Instead, they are asking themselves how they want to spend their time, how they can remain connected, and how they continue to find purpose. Whether driven by economic necessity, the appeal of flexible work opportunities, or the desire to keep thriving in a culture that values contribution at every age, the result is the same. Retirement is becoming less about stepping away and more about stepping into a different kind of freedom. One defined by choice, engagement, and a renewed sense of possibility. Number 3. Beyond the usual inspiring, retirement side hustles. When people think about returning to work after retirement, they often imagine conventional jobs, clocking in and following routines, and doing tasks that feel familiar. But in this new era of unretirement, the possibilities extend far beyond the usual. Many seniors are discovering that this stage of life offers the perfect opportunity to explore side hustles that are not only financially rewarding, but also deeply fulfilling. These ventures are fueled by personal expertise, passion, and a desire to contribute meaningfully to others. Reflection, this creating a powerful sense of purpose that makes work feel more like joy than obligation. One of the most exciting areas where retirees are thriving is the experience economy, a space where personal knowledge and skills become valuable commodities. Seniors who have spent decades building expertise in industries like business management, healthcare, education, or technology are finding that consulting and coaching roles allow them to share that wisdom on their own terms. Instead of the rigid structure of a corporate job, they can set their own hours, choose their clients, and focus only on the aspects of work they truly enjoy. Some create specialized online services, offering everything from resume building for seekers to strategic advice for small business owners. Their years of hands-on experience give them credibility and depth that younger competitors simply can't match, making their insight highly sought after. Alongside expertise-driven work, many retirees are tapping into the passion economy, where personal interests and creativity are transformed into income streams. This is where hobbies that once were simply for pleasure become viable business ventures. Seniors are creating digital content, blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels, around subjects they love, from gardening tips to travel advice to storytelling. Others are crafting handmade goods like jewelry, home decor, or gourmet foods and selling them through online marketplaces. Some are teaching online courses, sharing skills in art, cooking, music, or photography with audiences around the world. What makes this approach so rewarding is that it blends self-expression with entrepreneurship. These side hustles often grow organically, driven more by enthusiasm than pressure, yet they can become surprisingly profitable. Another inspiring route is through community impact roles, where seniors channel their time and talents into part-time work that makes a difference. Many find fulfillment in joining local nonprofits, where their skills in organization, fundraising, or event planning can have a direct and positive impact. Others become mentors, guiding young entrepreneurs, students, or professionals who can benefit from their life experience. Some take on roles as virtual assistants for small businesses, helping with scheduling, customer service, or online operations. Tasks that keep them mentally sharp while allowing them to work from the comfort of home. These roles don't just generate income, they also foster human connection and create a sense of belonging, which is especially valuable in the later stages of life. What ties all these paths together is the freedom they offer. Retirement side hustles aren't about replacing a demanding full-time job. They're about creating flexible, meaningful ways to stay engaged. They allow seniors to design work around their lives, not the other way around. There's no need to ask permission for time off, and no pressure to climb a corporate ladder, and no fear of being too old to contribute. Instead, the focus is on sharing knowledge, enjoying creativity, and making a difference, all while earning extra income that supports both personal goals and financial security. The truth is, retirement is not just about working longer. It's about working smarter, in ways that bring joy and purpose. By stepping into the experience economy, tapping into passions, or choosing community-focused roles, retirees can shape a lifestyle that is rich in both meaning and opportunity. It's a reminder that this stage of life can be not just productive, but also deeply inspiring. Number 4, navigating your new professional chapter. Stepping into the world of retirement is not just about deciding to work again. It's about designing a new professional chapter that reflects who you are today and the life you want to live. This stage is unique because it allows for a level of freedom and self-determination that might not have been possible in your earlier career years. But to make the most of it, it's important to approach it with both intention and clarity. The first step is discovering your retirement sweet spot, that perfect intersection of marketable skills, personal passions, and the amount of time you want to commit. Start by listing the abilities you've honed over the years. These could be professional skills like project management, financial analysis, or public speaking, or life skills like problem solving, organization, or creative thinking. Next, think about what truly excites you. Maybe you love teaching others, working with your hands, or finding creative solutions to everyday problems. The final piece is being realistic about how much time and energy you want to devote. This isn't about returning to a 40-hour workweek unless you want to. It's about crafting a schedule that aligns with your lifestyle, whether that's a few hours a week or several days a month. By combining these 3 factors, you'll narrow in on opportunities that feel both energizing and sustainable. Once you know what you want to do, the right tools can make the transition smoother. The modern work environment, especially remote and flexible roles, relies heavily on technology, but the good news is that there are countless user-friendly options designed to simplify the process. Communication tools like Zoom and Google Meet allow you to connect face-to-face with clients or collaborators from anywhere. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and LinkedIn can help you showcase your skills and find freelance opportunities. If you're selling products or creative work, Etsy, Shopify, or even social media platforms can serve as your online storefront. Organizational apps like Trello, Asana, or Google Calendar can help you keep projects and schedules in order. You don't need to master every tool. Just choose the ones that fit your work style and learn them well. Many offer free tutorials or beginner guides, making it easier to gain confidence and independence in the digital space. While building this new professional chapter can be exciting, it's equally important to prioritize well-being. Retirement should enhance your quality of life, not overwhelm it. Set clear boundaries between work and personal time, and remember that flexibility is one of the main benefits of this stage. Use it to your advantage. Schedule time for exercise, hobbies, and social activities, because staying active physically and socially is as important as staying productive professionally. Pay attention to your energy levels and don't hesitate to scale back if you start feeling burned out. Equally important is maintaining a sense of fulfillment beyond work. This could mean volunteering, spending more time with family, traveling, or simply enjoying the slower moments that you've earned. The most successful retirement experiences are those that balance purpose and pleasure. Work should feel like a choice, not an obligation, and it should contribute positively to your sense of self, financial comfort, and daily enjoyment. Approaching retirement with this level of clarity, the right tools, and a focus on well-being ensures that you're not just working longer, but working better. By identifying your sweet spot, embracing technology, and protecting your health and happiness, you create a professional chapter that is not only productive, but deeply rewarding. This is your chance to work on your terms in ways that keep you connected, challenged, and content. Number 5, your action plan. Embracing retirement. Embracing retirement begins with taking action, and the good news is that you don't have to wait for the perfect moment to start. The first step is to explore the platforms and resources that can connect you to opportunities. If you're interested in freelance or remote work, sites like Upwork, Freelancer, and Fiverr allow you to create a profile highlighting your skills and bid on projects that interest you. LinkedIn remains a powerful networking tool, not only for reconnecting with old colleagues, but also for joining professional groups related to your industry or interests. If you want to sell products or creative work, platforms like Etsy, Shopify, or even Facebook Marketplace offer easy ways to reach customers. For teaching or sharing your expertise, sites like Udemy, Teachable, and Skillshare provide ready-made systems for hosting and selling online courses. Once you've identified potential platforms, consider how you'll build and maintain a professional presence. Your online profile should clearly state your experience, highlight your achievements, and convey the kind of work you're seeking. Investing time in creating a polished bio, professional photo, and portfolio can set you apart. Networking is equally essential. Reach out to friends, former colleagues, and community contacts to let them know you're open to new opportunities. Attend local meetups, professional events, or virtual webinars where you can connect with people who might need your skills. These personal connections often lead to opportunities that online listings can't match. It's also important to address the legal and tax side of your new venture early on. Depending on the nature of your work, you may need to register as a sole proprietor, obtain a local business license, or consider forming an LLC. Keep detailed records of your income and expenses, as many side hustles qualify for deductions that can reduce your tax bill. Consulting a tax professional who understands freelance and part-time income for seniors can save you headaches later and ensure you remain compliant with any local regulations. If your work involves contracts, take time to read them carefully and clarify payment terms before starting any project. As you begin this journey, remember that you don't have to do it alone. Building a strong support network can make the experience more rewarding and sustainable. Seek out communities of like-minded seniors who are also navigating retirement. These can be found in local senior centers, co-working spaces, or online groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, and specialized forums. Joining these communities allows you to exchange ideas, share resources, and learn from others who are further along in their journey. You may find mentors, collaborators, or even business partners within these circles. The shared encouragement can also help you stay motivated and confident as you navigate new territory. Ultimately, retirement is about more than earning an income. It's about crafting a life that feels meaningful, connected, and vibrant. This is your chance to blend the wisdom and skills you've gathered over a lifetime with the freedom to choose how, when, and where you work. The opportunities are vast, but they require you to take that first decisive step. Whether it's setting up your first online profile, reaching out to a potential client, or joining a networking group, action is what transforms possibility into reality. Now is the time to embrace your retirement fully. Step into this new chapter with curiosity and confidence. Use your experience as your foundation, your passions as your guide, and your flexibility as your advantage. By doing so, you can unlock a future filled with purpose, financial empowerment, and the kind of vibrant living that turns every day into an opportunity. This isn't just a continuation of your story. It's the start of one of its most exciting chapters yet. So here you stand, not at the edge of an ending, but at the threshold of possibility. The world is different now, and so is the meaning of retirement. You have knowledge that can guide others, passions that can still set your heart on fire, and the freedom to choose how you spend your days. Whether you step into the experience economy, turn a lifelong hobby into income, or devote your talents to causes that matter, your retirement can be a season of purpose, connection, and growth. This is your time to define success on your own terms, to design a life that excites you when you wake each morning. Don't let the old rules tell you to slow down, rewrite them. The next chapter is yours to shape, and it can be more powerful, more fulfilling, and more alive than anything that came before. Now is the moment to embrace it fully.